All right, that was awkward. Hello, everybody. It is time for KFLive number 131, and we are celebrating tonight 7 years of the KnivesFAST channel. That is right, guys. As of Friday, which was the 8th of September, 2023. 7 years. We started in 2015. And yeah, really, really cool. And by the way, let's say hello to Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man, Log TV, Choo Choo, Charlie Brown, Gimli, me and you, and let's get this thing rolling. We are starting early tonight because I can actually breathe and talk right now. Just gonna preface tonight with this, and I see Sharif in the waiting room, so I hope he hears this as well. I have been struggling with my congestion and crap rolling down my throat. So if I start having a hack fit, you may just see my mic get muted and I don't talk for a minute, but we'll see. Just struggling. Hurt my back this weekend. I've got my eyes swollen up again. Look at that. It's doing it again. So I'm on another antibiotic yet again. So I am falling apart is the answer to the question. So that's what we're doing. Thank you guys for all the congrats on 7 years. No, not 70 years. Will be. What is up, man? All right, I see Sharif. So if I bring Sharif in early, then that means there's less talking I have to do. So we're gonna bring him in. Oh, you know what, Sharif? I gotta put my earbuds in, man. I thought I was set, and I'm not. So give me just a second here.
Of course, do whatever you gotta do,
man.
dude.
It has been a day, but my wife was like, "You're done early. I mean, you're ready early. You might as well jump on." And I'm like, "Good point." All right, let's get this switched over where I can actually hear you here. Oh, this is fun. All right, for those of you that don't know, the gentleman that you are looking at right here is our friend and fellow both designer of knives and also fellow channel creator, Sharif Manganas. And Sharif, just give us what's your channel, what's your website, anything you want to share. Now is the time. I mean, I'll give you more opportunities, obviously, but let's start there. Where can people find you?
So on Instagram, Manganas Steel, Manganas Steel, YouTube, The Real Sharif M, and ms-knives.com. ms-knives. I figured with the website, it was way easier than trying to remember how to spell my whole last name.
Right. it's like you don't want everybody to have to do that. Come on, it won't get my earbuds will not connect. All right. Let's try the other one. Maybe that'll help if I put both of them in. That did not work. Make sure your Bluetooth is still discoverable. What does
thank
that
you,
even
Tim.
mean?
We appreciate you guys dropping the link. And
yeah, so here's the deal, guys. If you don't know this, Sharif, and you're gonna have to show it because I don't have one. If you do, it has a pre-order going as we speak, and that pre-order is for the knife in his hand there. That is called the Kimano. And there are what would look like to me looking earlier 2 versions of that. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. One in purple haze fat carbon and the other one in this beautiful natural micarta, which is my real user. I only have 3 of these from my prototype run, and this is the one that I use and I abuse the hell out of. So if you want an idea of how yours is going to look as you use it, this is it. It gets this nice chocolatey sort of brown look to it, which I love.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say. It looks darker. I see what's happening. It's connected to my phone. That's why. Got it. I'm like, why is this not working? All right. There we go. Now I got it. All right. So struggles off the bat. Yeah. So I noticed that it's much darker looking there. If I remember correctly, that particular canvasy micarta from Kaiser, right?
Yes, sir. Kaiser is
kind of a little more coarse than some of the Chinese micarta. So I like that as well.
I do too. It actually wears in to be just really luxurious feeling, actually. And as I said, it takes this nice like chocolatey sort of color with use that
what that
I love.
actually reminds me of, and again, this is another Chinese maker, and you know what did I? Yeah, that's the one I was. No, that is the one I was looking for. Now this one hasn't taken as much of mine, but you can see it's still dark. It's darker than it started. This is the Fenrir, whatever it is. From Concept. It's not quite as dark looking as that, but it's definitely darker than it was. And another one that takes up oils really quick is the Giant Mouse micarta they use. That as you can see, that one is that's my Sonoma V2, and it took a couple of days to darken up like that. It wasn't much.
The Italian micarta seems to really absorb oils quick. In my opinion, the best sort of like micartas, Best Tech may be the absolute best.
Yep.
But then Kaiser and Riot are in second place. And then I would say like the Italians maybe third. I have never handled Concepts though.
Gotcha.
So that's the only reason they're not in the.
I could send you that Fenrir if you want to check it out. Just let me know. Dude, I can definitely send it to you.
I'd love to. I've never handled the Concept, believe it or not.
The only other Concept that is currently in my collection, I was trying to think. Yeah, they sent me this. I couldn't let this go just yet, but who knows? I may give it away at some point. The shard with this. It's not Timascus, it's flame anode.
The lightning flame ammo.
Right.
Stuff.
Yeah. Lightning anode. That's it. Yeah. I don't know why I said flame, but
the
funny thing is the very first shard that I reviewed on the channel was a micarta version, and it had an extremely light detent. I mean, it was like, you know, when you tried to flip it, it was nothing. And this one is a very stout detent. I can middle finger flick it, but you have to mean it. Flip wise, it is really good. And then it's nice. Again, that turned out beautiful. Well, Sharif, we're gonna take a moment here to welcome some folks because I haven't really done that yet.
Please do.
And of course, our mods are killing it right off the bat. Tim B, Keith the Knife Freak. I don't know if Stacy's here yet, but I've seen Tim and Keith, and thank you guys for all you do. I see a Nasso, I see Blue Minotti, and lots of channel members. Mike Curtis, Ryan Day, B Shady is in the house, and Thomas McDonald. Keith, I already said Keith, but hi, Keith.
Keith, I need a Delica.
There you go. You need a Delica.
Please.
Jim Miller, Tactical Terry. I saw Tree Stabbing Troy, Nick Travellini, Paul Mills. Aries is in the house. What Dugan Thinks. Freak Show, who's also a moderator. Good to have you here, my friend. VG is here in the house. Demonock, Terry, Todd Carr.
Oh, damn.
Hi, Todd. Sonny Robinson. Man, there are so many of you guys in here. I'll keep going as time goes by, but I want to say something off the bat. We are going to be doing two giveaways tonight. I figured, you know, I did a giveaway back in May for going over 10K, and I haven't really done anything. I mean, I do pretty decent giveaways every week in the live stream, but I want to do something special for 7 years. I thought that was a pretty big deal. So we're going to do two giveaways tonight. And the first one will probably be, I don't know, it'll be a little while. We're not going to do it right now. You know, the giveaways, and you have to be here for them, by the way, just so you know, and you're going to need a U.S. mailing address, either a proxy or yourself. But just stick around, enjoy the chat, enjoy what we're doing. And the first giveaway is going to be in this box right here.
Nice.
So stand by for that. I figured I haven't given one of those away in a little while here. And I figured I would give one away. And don't forget, if you're interested, speaking of Sharif's pre-order, there are microbursts available at TempestKnives.com. Both this version and the Stonewash version are still available at TempestKnives.com.
Dude, don't sleep on those.
Yeah, I mean, I love this blade shape. To me, it's one that is very useful for me. To be honest with you, when people talk me into making a smaller knife, it wasn't my first choice because I like larger knives.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, the way this one kind of turned out, and it just sort of melts in your grip, and you just get this great purchase on any kind of cut you want to do.
Yeah.
It's just I love it. So I'm very pleased with it, but we have a bunch of them left. And some more coming. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so very cool. So Sharif, if people pick up a Kimano pre-order
Yes, sir.
spot, how long are we talking at this point? I don't know how long you,
So
not to put the pressure on you, but I
no,
just
by all
don't know when
means.
you ordered and how far out
So
that
right
all was.
now, as far as funding is concerned, we're about halfway to our
Okay.
goal. So it's chugging along real nicely. I'm
So
real
help get
excited
the
about
word out,
that.
guys. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, I can't thank you enough for that.
Yep.
Once we do go into production, Kaiser has quoted me about 3 to 4 months,
Yep.
which is incredibly fast, actually.
Yeah.
And so, really, if we can hit our funding goal, the hope is you won't have to wait too much longer, after you make your purchase. So, right now, I'm, as you said, I'm trying to get the word out. I got to thank you for helping me get the word out. It's really helping. So, I do know I can tell you guys that there are only 300 available
Okay.
total,
Okay.
and only 100 of them are the purple haze fat carbon,
Okay.
and there's just a little less than half of them left.
Tell
So
you what,
that's the one you.
Rusty, bear with me. We're gonna go ahead and share his website here, and we can look at exactly what you're asking. So, um, I had this set
That's the
up
one,
actually
yeah.
for once. So, guys, this is the website you're looking for. There are two. If you look him up, there's another one out there. I think right still.
No, that
Sharif.
one, yeah, that one
Oh, is it?
were, oof, that was a whole headache.
Yeah, don't go there. So go to this one, and here, Rusty, here is the Kimano in well, Sharif, you tell us about it. What's our steel here? What's our
Yeah.
material? What do we got? There we go.
So it's this is the natural micarta. This one's
Mhm.
going for 255. It's an S35 VN. I worked with Kaiser to dial in the heat treat specifically for S35 VN. So it's 60 to 62 HRC. You got titanium bolsters with a nice media blast on it, which I'm a huge fan of. And you got geared back spacer on it,
Oops.
titanium pocket clip, the whole nine. And everything is like T8 hardware, the usual good stuff. And
Very cool.
yeah, oh, and it's a deep hollow grind that comes
Yeah,
down
you
about,
can really see that on this first picture. Whoops.
yeah.
If I can ever keep the first picture up, can you see it? Come on. Why does it keep doing that to me? There we go. You can see that looks pretty deep, and then your tip
Yeah,
obviously looks a little reinforced there.
it is. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and very nicely done
Yeah,
in that
the
regard.
hollow comes down about 15 thousandths behind the edge, so it's nice and slicey. But with the heat treat, uh, it shouldn't. And the part of the reason why I chose S35 VN was because it maintains a higher level of hardness over, or not hardness, but toughness over M390. So this I consider to be a real user,
Good.
and you can reverse flick it, but
Some nice
also
noises.
you can slow roll it with the thumb. So you got all sorts of access.
And then here's your second whoops. Here's your second version, which
Yes.
is the purple haze fat. Oh, I hate you kissing. The purple
It's
haze
teasing
fat
you.
carbon, and very cool there, as you can see on that. Well, you can kind of see, but very nice. And that one goes up to 275, so
Yes,
$20
sir.
more for that one. So that is your pre-order price. I assume, Sharif, when these are in, if you know, once it gets funded, that the price is probably going to go up after the pre-order. Is that correct?
No, this is the final
Okay.
pricing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna raise the price on you guys. This is my first knife, so
Yep. Just want to get it out there. Yeah.
I do. I want people to see and experience the design, the quality. I want them just to relate it to my name. And Keith was asking with the HRC, do I ever test it? And yes, actually, when I got my first prototypes, I specifically sent them to Transparent Knives in order to test the HRC, so I could go back to Kaiser and say, okay, we need to dial this in, you know, and make sure everything is correct before we head to production. So everything is validated. I don't say numbers without knowing that they're actually going to be those numbers.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. And you know, it's a little that I'm glad you were able to do it. It's been a little harder for me because Kubi will not use the final steel in the prototype. So it's a little tougher. We know what number they're shooting for, and I'm good with it and everything. But it's like, yeah, I can't, because they only use D2 for the prototype. So it's
yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, that's good for you, man. That's a good one. Hey, Dopey, what's going on? I see Crest. Crest left you a nice comment down there, so that's cool. Hey, Plenipote. Hey, Rory. Rory says he loves your designs. Very cool.
Thank you.
Very, very awesome. So I want you guys to do something for me. We're going to keep talking to Sharif, obviously, but I want to do something tonight, okay? So now you may not know this exactly, so just guess, okay? So I want you to, we're not going to do pocket checks right now. We may do them later. It's a lot of reading for my throat right now. So we might just pass on that today, but I want you guys to do something for me. I want you to tell me in the comments about how long you've been watching my channel. So if it's 5 years, put 5 years. If it's a year, if it's 2 months, put it. And then in the same comment, I want you to put what state or what country you're watching from.
Nice.
Okay. So where you're watching from and how long you've been watching the channel. I just very curious. Okay. So Tim has listed, for those of you again that are new around these parts, here are some, or this might be, I don't know if this is some or all of the ones that have gotten out so far. We have the Kubi you say it.
Veloce, yeah.
Thank you. I was going to say that, but I was making sure I got it. Kubi Merced, the Kubi Ruckus, the Kubi Momentum, and the Kaiser Grazioso. So if you're interested in any of Sharif's designs other than the Kimano, those are mostly available as well. Who knows if they're all still in production, but so, all right, I'm going to read a couple. Oh, there you go. That is the Momentum.
No, this is the Ruckus.
No, that's the Ruckus. That's the Ruckus. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in full
1
tie.
year, Jonesboro, Arkansas for Pretty Fly. 2 years, New Hampshire. Uh-oh. They're already flying off the screen. 2 months, Louisiana. Colby, welcome. Thank you. About 60 seconds from Ohio. Very cool, Mark. Hey, you know what? New people are awesome, man. 7 months from Massachusetts. 2 years from Nebraska. Very cool. We got people. Let's see. Anasso says less than a year, middle of the Pacific, USA. I love it. That is awesome. Middle of the Pacific. Are you on a boat? Or an island, one of the two. I think I've been watching KnivesFAST for about 4 years. There is Tim B watching from the Great Lakes of Michigan. Lakes State of Michigan, I should say. Aries is Florida for a year, 6 months from Michigan for Ryan Day, 2 years from New Hampshire from Kelly Weaver, 3 years from Michigan for David Helka, 3 years from Alabama for Mike Curtis, 10 months North Carolina, Greensboro for Chef Rocky. Awesome. See, this is fun. About 19 months, Franklin, Ohio, USA, Earth for Will B. I love it. There you go. 3 years from Minnesota for Mr. Troy. 1 year for Salamando from Washington State. Plenipote says howdy from Texas, like 2 years or plus. There you go. I know you've been here for quite some time. 3 years from Minnesota. I read that. 5 days from California. Welcome, Sean. Chris Wheeling says maybe 6 months. I can't remember what I did 20 minutes ago. There you go. Hudson Valley, New York. Mattisfaction, no clue how. Probably about 3 years, Maddie, I would say. 2 or 3 years, something like that. And he's from the Scorpion State. So I'm going to start saying that now because I had a blue light flashlight the other day, and they actually called it perfect in the literature from Through Night. It says perfect for scorpion hunting. And I went, what? Yeah. And so people in my comments were like, yeah, all over that. So I'm like, all right, 13 months from Texas for Bluminati, 8 months from South Carolina for Sunny. Up yours, autocorrect. I love it. 1 year from Florida for Craig Wilkes. 3 months, Robert Raynone from Pennsylvania. 1 year from Montana. There you go. Rory, we got the states covered, man. Rusty, here you go. Here's our longest so far. Rusty, 5 years from Olivehurst, California. Demonoc, 2 years from Vegas. All right. There we got another 5 year. Leland Phil, 5 years from the U.S. Okay, that's good. Double D10, upstate New York, came to you via the Bees Blades push to get you to 10K. So that was back in May. Very cool. Jim Miller's been a member for 4 months, watching for 6 from Alabama. The Grazioso is fantastic. If you don't have one of Sharif's designs, go grab one. Yep, absolutely. There you go, Tim. I think 3 years, Sean Thomas from Illinois. Very cool. All right. I'm trying not to miss anybody here. Almost a year, West Virginia, Crispy Critter. 2 years from Ohio for Kirby. I just thought this would be a fun thing. 125 years from Fortville, Indiana. I've only been doing it for 7 years, Ginger Fisher. Jeez. About 7 months or so near Sacramento, California. You haven't fallen in the ocean yet, have you, Deng Ross? No, who is that? It wasn't Deng Ross. Who was that? Kresk. Deng Ross is not sure over a year. Yeah, very cool. 1 year, Toronto, Ontario, Canada for Jay Korskadden. 3 years in Virginia. All right, for Paper Tiger. Very cool. Did I get everybody? Las Vegas broke 100 with you. Oh, I got you, Mike K. Yeah. Oh, you broke. Wait. You're saying wait. Mike, are you saying you've been on this channel since I broke 100?
That's incredible.
Because that would have had to have been. I think I broke. I'll have to look back because I did a giveaway at 100. I did do a giveaway, so I could go back and find that video, but that might be 6 years ago. It probably took about a year to get to 100. It really did, because I didn't have a whole lot of videos. So that would be about right. Chef Rocky is Freak Show's neighbor. There you go.
Dude, Freak Show's puppy is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Such a cool dog. Don't know, maybe 6 months from Mechanicsville, Maryland. Very cool. 13 months, Northwest Ohio. Guys, if I'm missing you, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to, because I appreciate all this. This is awesome. VGI around 8 months from Wisconsin, about a year. Richlands, Virginia. I know exactly where that is. 1 year feels like 10, says Dopey. Jeez, dude. Love you too. 8 months or so from Missouri, 5-1, 420. I've lived in most of these states, says T-Fetch. Oh gosh, I had to do this, Sharif. This is fun.
Of course.
2 or 3 years, Buffalo, New York for Joe Kasparek. 8 months, South Carolina for Sunny. That is awesome. Around 8 months from Milwaukee. Man, we got it covered, man. We have got it covered. I love it. That is awesome. What states are we missing, guys? We gotta conquer some states here. 70 years from the Stone Age for Jay. Thank you bunch of jerks. I lived. Oh, okay. No, I thought this was another one, but you had already said. I think. Did we get everybody? If I didn't get you, I'm sorry. 2 years from East Tennessee for Gonzo. 2 or 3 years from North Central Florida from Mr. O Father. Huge supporter. All of you guys are, man. It's awesome. Yes, sir. Remember? Okay. Hold on. I said, okay. I got you, Mike. Yes, he sent me a smock. That is awesome. So yes, Mike might have about everybody beat here. Where is Richlands, Virginia? So Richlands is northwest of me, Jeremy. Without getting too specific. Very cool. Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, I gotta say, you got Michigan on lock. I gotta give a shout out to all my Michigan people.
There's a lot of Michigan on here. Yes, there is.
I grew up in for all of you Michigan folks, I grew up in Detroit, Harper Woods, Grosse Pointe, St. Clair Shores area, like for the bulk of my life. And then I moved out to Cali for school and stuff like that. So much love to all of you Michiganders.
Very cool. And speaking of the ruckus, Tim found it for 108 at White Mountain Knives using code KnivesFAST, and that is the 20 CV titanium one. Yeah. Okay, I just want to say that again, guys. 108 for titanium flamed and 20 CV. That's a deal.
Insane.
In case you're missing, Kubi is, I'm not joking. I had this joker in the pocket today, and I got this for $100, and this is way better than $100 knife. I mean, and this one is with 14C. That one's with 20 CV for $8 more than I paid for this. So that is freaking fantastic. Yeah, there's a lot of Alabama in here too. I agree with that. Very much. Wolverine's better than Spartans. There you go. Oh, man, we're going to have a fight in the chat.
Yeah, right?
It'll be a fight. And then we'll get the Ohio folks going about Ohio State's better than Michigan, and just have all kinds of fights going on. Oh, gosh. Yeah, well, Mike K, thank you very much. And Rusty, I mean, there's lots of David Iverson's a long timer. There's tons of you that have been with me. Keith, the Knife Freak, there's a lot of you guys that have been with me for a long time. And Dugan says he's been with me for 60 years from Jacksonville, Florida. There you go. We have a lot of Florida, too.
Yeah.
We do. We have a whole lot of Florida going on in here. Very, very much. And you guys are probably hot and grumpy today, probably. So it was supposed to not get past 72. All weekend, they said today was supposed to be 72 here, and it got up to 88. And I'm like, how do you miss it that much, people?
Right?
What is going on? So, sorry. Oh, hey, dude. So I looked today, and ASO, in 2023 so far, I have gained 4,400 subscribers. Okay. So the chances of many of you being very new is very high. So I am not disappointed in that at all. I am very happy that you guys are here, very, very much. Whether you're new or you've been here a while or whatever, I'm very happy. What's up, KC and the Sun Sharif band? There you go. There you go, Cheeto. Welcome, welcome. Okay, well, Tim B just said it's 108, Jay. So, Tim, did you transpose and it's really 180? I don't know. I trust Tim, so we're gonna find out here if because that does sound like a fantastic price.
Yeah.
For that. So let me know, Tim. He'll check it out. We have a correction maybe. Came over from Lefty's channel. Okay. I'm sorry, but thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I love that guy. I really, by the way, I say this all the time, and some people get freak show. You can be in West Virginia, Tennessee, or Kentucky in about an hour from Richlands. That is correct. What was I going to say now? I don't even know what it was. Yeah. So, guys, for those of you that don't know, I mean, that guy he literally asks companies all the time to send him knives to review, and then immediately turns them around and shares them with all of us. So, and he's helped me a billion times with all kinds of stuff. Super, super kind guy. So I bust his chops constantly because he's such a polarizing, funny dude.
Yeah.
Goofy dude, I guess is the way I would say it. But it's a lot of fun to pick
Dude,
with him, and he picks on me too. So
we all love Lefty, man. Like we all bust his chops. He doesn't get a pass with any of us, but man, he does more to help all of us in like the YouTuber space than anybody else.
I totally agree.
You
He
know,
puts himself out there for all of us. And you know
Yeah.
what, and it helps him too, and it's great. And I try to follow with some of that stuff myself. But he's already got a lockdown on every company in America, so the rest of us can't. No, I'm just kidding. Geez. So according to Tim, guys, look, there's your pricing.
Yeah.
Right there. And so he had it pretty close. I know he had it right on, I guess. It's $160 model, and it's 108. And that's it. Is that at White Mountain or is that at Kubi's website?
Oh no, I believe it was Smoky Mountain.
No, because that's not my code at Smoky Mountain.
Oh, then it must be White Mountain.
It must be White Mountain.
Yeah.
He'll tell us. But anyway, so guys, so you got lots of Sharif options out there. And by the way, in all seriousness, not just Sharif, Kubi's done like several models like this. They've done the Nova recently, the Vagrant. They're going back and pimping out a lot of their G10 models into titanium. And I think that is incredibly cool of them to do. So White Mountain. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So very cool. Polarizing can be a compliment too, Sean. I don't mean he's just a nut. He's a nut. So,
yeah,
and exactly. Some people I'm sure don't like, his bravado. There's got to be people out there that don't, because usually when you have some bravado, some people don't care for that. So that's all I meant. I didn't mean anything negative. I love that he takes a stand and he is who he is. Got no problem with it. How far am I from Interstate 81? About a half an hour one way and about 40 minutes another way. Just depends on which way I'm going. If that makes any sense. Lefty has a lockdown on trivia. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig. Hey, Big Doug, what's going on? Very cool. So again, what Sharif is flicking, whatever you want to say, is the Kimano. And they are open for pre-order and have not been ordered yet, but it's open for pre-order. And guys, get in while you can. He said only 300, right? Is that what you said?
Only 300 total. Only 300.
Yeah. So if you want one, you need to get in on it. Listen to the sound that thing makes. I love that sound.
I'll share this with you. There's a secret to that I learned from the custom knife maker Peter Carey.
Okay.
I run a shorter than typical lock bar.
Because it has more tension on it. Yep.
It does, yeah. But just because of that doesn't mean you don't get drop shot action.
Right. It's not so tight that it's pushing it hard.
Exactly. And just like with any lock bar, it breaks in, the more you use it.
Yeah, so. Of course. Yep. And it's going to wear a nice little track and help you out there. Very, very cool. The more you use it. Yeah. So check out. There you go. Thank you, Tim. The Sharif knives available at MS Knives. There you go. MS Knives. And that will tell you. So I guess the next question, Sharif, is,
yes, sir.
And you're probably going to tell me you can't tell me anything, but I'm sure you've got because you and I've talked a little bit, and I've got some things I can't talk about. So I'm sure there's some things you can't talk about either. But what's next, man? Let's get the Kimano done first. But I'm sure you've got an eye on the future as well.
So I have probably my next 5 knives figured out already done and completed.
Very cool.
Ready to go. The next one is going to be probably my most popular folding knife design that I've ever done, but it's only going to get there if this one is a success,
right?
Obviously. But it is a large folding chef's knife.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay. Large folding chef's knife. I heard that. I heard the L word
yeah.
there.
So when I say large, I mean 4-inch blade large.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice. I like that.
and
Sounds of that are pretty cool.
that one I'm very, very excited with. Usually, so what I'm known for is really like pokey, stabby blades. It's something just I tend to prefer. It's how
Yep.
I tend to
Yeah.
use knives.
If
Like
you
if
look
I
at your
gotta,
models, you definitely see that. Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
I tend to do a bit of piercing in my EDC usage. So, however, that chef's knife is the only knife that I've ever designed that breaks from that rule. So it's even unique for me. Uh,
Very cool.
and then after that, if there is enough interest, I have a really crazy pseudo Persian that I'll share a picture of it with you. This is a little extreme. I'm not gonna lie, but well, if the people like it, I'll bring it to market. Check this thing out. I shared the picture with you.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Here you go, guys. Now that's crazy. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, oh wow.
yeah, and this one's
Very
all for a
aggressive.
big boy.
Yep. You're gonna sharpen that sharpening joint. It looks like a gut hook, man. Come on. Sheesh. Yeah. So I actually have seen compound Persians like that before. That is pretty crazy looking right there, though. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
the thing
If you
for
guys want a piercing knife, there you go.
oh yeah, the thing for me is I want to bring, a lot of uniqueness to the market, you know, and there's like, for example, like why is Strider the only guy who can do a nightmare grind? You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh,
No, and I don't, you know,
you know,
there's a lot of that out there right now. People get really uptight if you tread on anybody else's territory. And I
but
think
it's just
there's
a
things
grind,
it
like
is a grind. I agree. Or it's
I
a
dig
specific
Strider, but
Whew,
I
muted for a
should be
second. Hold on.
allowed to do a nightmare grind as well.
Right, right, right. Yep. Doug
Yeah.
Doug Micarta. I can't ever say his name. Now that I say Micarta all the time, I can't say his name anymore.
We'll call him Doug McCarter.
Marcaida. There we go. I keep calling him Doug Micarta. But yeah, it will kill. But yeah, that is a beast looking knife right there.
Dude. And then I also have a kind of like a hybrid between a Pakal and a swayback
Ooh,
design as well. That's very like utility
see, that's
based.
definitely your own thing now. A callback.
Yeah.
You get it? Okay, fine. That's cool.
Yeah. And
Wait a minute. I gotta go with this one. Marisol, I was watching that Saturday night and I was ready to just drive to South Carolina and take John by his ponytail and say, stop with the clones. I don't know if you saw me in the chat. I'm not a fan of clones.
yeah,
As a designer, and I think Sharif will be on board with this,
I agree.
clones suck. I mean, and people that go buy a clone, I'm not on board with that. Even if it
No.
is just to do a video on it, you're going to end up promoting it to somebody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. People put their blood, sweat, tears, their livelihoods, into this stuff, man. And to support cloners, to support, people making kind of a similar thing, it's not right. Definitely, it's not
lots of
right.
because Pakal Swayback sounds like a crazy EDC, Espada XL size, perfect for slicing bread. There you go. Oh, that's right. He's in Alabama. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know. I can't. I just, there you go. There you go, Rusty. The one that really hits a nerve with me is Ethan Grow, and that's why I got kind of uptight, because when you look at the SOCOM Bravo and that, I mean, come on, man.
Right?
It's such a unique design.
Yeah.
And just to totally make a one-off of it and charge a third of the price,
Exactly.
if that, way more than that, way less than that, is crazy to me. It just really is.
And
dude, very nice, VGI. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
So okay, real talk, and this is good. This is good because this is one of the topics I want to talk with Sharif about. So real talk, I would love to do a titanium microburst, but I'm sitting here with about 150 to 200 microbursts still unsold. So it makes me, as a designer, very hesitant to move forward with anything else on the design. You have one, and those of you that have a microburst know what a very good knife it is. But I don't know if I just didn't get the word out good enough. I don't know what I did wrong. It went to all the same reviewers the Pinion did, and the Pinion sold out. 600 knives, and I sold 570 of them or 560 of them or whatever, kept the rest for warranty, or some that are being kept for future projects. That kind of thing. But hey, JR, thank you very much. Been a member for 6 months, and he's been around for a long time as well. Thank you very much, JR. Appreciate it. So I guess my answer to you is I would love to do a titanium microburst. I would absolutely. And I've got some ideas for what to do to kind of change it up a little bit. Not much. But I'm hesitant to move forward with it simply because I've still got so many of that design sitting here to sell. Now, if you caught a hint there may be a titanium pinion at some point before there would be a titanium microburst, simply because the pinion was quite a bit more popular. So I don't know. What do you think of that, Sharif? I mean, what are your thoughts on how a market drives what you do? You know what I'm saying? It's such an important thing. It just is.
Let me tell you. So this is my second business that I've ever kind of like started up. My first one was actually in the drone world. And
so I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. So that was a very, very like market driven thing. And there would be hypes that would kind of come and go. And so in the drone world, we had like 5-inch drones. And then all of a sudden 3-inch drones became a thing. And then 6 inches. And then people wanted 8 and 10 inchers and all of this stuff. And the inch size refers to the size of the propellers. And the thing is, it's hard to know what's going to hit. So I did the 5s. The 5s always did really well. The 3s did really well. And then I did the 6 inchers, and then nobody wanted them.
Right.
And I sat on all this inventory for a long time, And if that inventory doesn't sell, you don't recoup your costs to do the next one, And so like I always appreciate when people show enthusiasm, but as a business, like you've got to almost have a guaranteed market, which is why you see a lot of the makers do pre-orders. Quite frankly,
100%, 100%, because and I got to tell you, there's a lot. Boy, I got to be real careful the way I say this because it sounds terrible. The amount of people that I got telling me they were buying a microburst versus how many sold is a different number. And so as a designer, as a designer and a maker, you just have to be very careful, and that's why I do pre-orders. I don't want to do pre-orders. I would love to see all of these sell and not have to do a pre-order for the next knife. But that's just not realistic for me at this point in time.
No, and I'll tell you from my experience with both businesses, the drones and then now the knives, consistently your turnover rate between people who like follow you, say they're going to buy something, etc., to the people who actually take action is
Yep.
about 1 to 3%. 1 to 3%. Imagine that. So if you have 1,000 people saying that they're going to get one, literally 1%
I'm,
of those
I'm
people.
sorry. I got to interrupt you for this comment. So Pivotal said he's got 13 kids, so he had to wait to buy his microburst, and that's Ginger's comment back. So I'm like, come on, man. Give the guy a break. I'm sorry, Sharif. I had to bust in for that one.
It's
Oh,
great.
gosh. Okay, go ahead. So, and by the way, everybody say hi to Miss Scarlett. She's right over behind me. She won't come on camera, of course, but say hello to her. She's right over there playing with the bunny. Why are you
Aw.
glaring at me? Wow. We have a glare. We have a glare. But no, I have 4 kids, Pivotal. I get it, man. I don't know how in the heck you would do 13 kids.
Yeah, that's nice.
I got nothing, man. If I had 13 kids, I wouldn't own one knife. Okay.
True.
So I would have sold everything just to pay for my 13 kids. So I get it, man. I get it. And by the way, for those of you that count, that can't buy one, I get it, man. That
Yeah.
I totally get. I can't get in on every pre-order. I can't get in on every knife. I can't get in on half of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and I appreciate those of you that can. All I'm saying, I'm not complaining that people haven't bought them. I'm just saying it affects your vision for that design. When I first designed the microburst, to be very honest with you, there was going to be a microburst, a macroburst, in other words, a larger version of this, and there was going to be a titanium version.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, it was designed that way, but right now it's kind of on hold. I'm hoping the rest of them just sell, but it's been very slow. And I got some things in mind to maybe help that, and we'll see if that works. But for now, we're just going to keep them on the site and see what happens.
Yeah, man.
And the next knife is, by the way, Sharif, I have always shown my drawings when I start putting them into the prototypes into production.
Yeah.
But at my next knife, I'm keeping completely quiet. My idea is the prototype is going to show up, and I'm going to flick it on camera, and people are going to go.
There you go.
I'm going to try that and see how that one works. But there is one in prototype phase right now that I am very excited about, and a couple others in the queue. Yep. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I was looking for something the other night, and she just found it. So I was looking for a little what I used to call a peen hammer, just a little tiny hammer with a my dad used to use it. My dad was like crazy, all kinds of talents. He would make like little tricycles and bicycles and windmills and stuff out of copper and solder.
Oh, nice.
And so he made little jigs. So he would take a board and put little nails on it, little tiny brad nails on it, and form it around to make a wheel, and had all these little jigs, and he would solder it all together. And so that's his hammer. And I was looking for it, and she found it. So very cool. And I'll forget where it is by the time I need it again. I got my pinion and microburst at the same time. I love both for different reasons. The pinion is my pocket every day. The microburst would be in my pocket every day if my son didn't have it. There you go. Very good, David. Oh, goodness. You guys are hilarious. So, yeah, but there's microbursts available. If you're interested, go check them out. But definitely check out the Kimano first. But here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to do something odd here. We're going to do a giveaway towards the end of the stream. But I want to go ahead and get one of these microbursts into somebody's hands, okay? So what is happening over there? My wife has given the bunny some kind of toy, and now the bunny is like throwing it around the cage. And all you can hear is slam, bam. Like, that is great. All right. So, again, you have to have a U.S. mailing address, guys. So It's just the way it is. I'm not shipping overseas knives. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I scored a pinion off NAF sale. Very good. Josh, that's the only place you can really get one right now. There aren't any more. So, oh, there you go. Sharif, everyone. Apparently, why no red carbon fiber? Everyone.
Maddie is just
no, blue is way better, man.
Yeah.
Don't start that. So this is what's being given away right now. You will get some KnivesFAST and Tempest stickers, and this knife, simple giveaway. It is a microburst, $90+ value, made by Kubi. It is 14C and all titanium hardware, including the backspacer and micarta, of course, black micarta. So that is the one that is being given away as we speak.
Beautiful knife.
And Sharif and I will keep talking here while you guys put your hashtag Tempest in the chat.
Dude, now I have a question for you, Casey.
Yes, sir.
From the knife design perspective, right?
Oh boy.
What are your thoughts about like doing a design one and done? Meaning, like, let's say, with the pinion, you did 600 units, right? Will you ever bring it back for another run?
My plan is not to bring it back exactly like it was, if that makes any sense.
Okay, fair.
So fair. I'm okay bringing a design back, but there has to be something different about it for me.
Okay.
I'm not sure I would ever do what Kevin's doing with the mash, for example. I mean, I all props to them, but I think I would want to. So, for example, and this is going to make a lot of people both scratch their heads and maybe excited. But I think if this ever comes back, this will actually come out like this, and there's going to be a front flipper tab, and it will be a titanium liner lock.
So it'd be a pinion V2, basically.
Correct. It would be a pinion V2, and it would be different. Probably a higher end steel of some sort. Not higher end, but you know what I mean. I don't usually shoot for the moon of some crazy MagnaCut or something, but that would be. Hey, see, I knew that was going to happen. Here it is already. Tim B with the no, not a front flipper. Look, here's the thing, Tim. What did Sharif and I just talk about? You got to do what sells, and whether I'm a big front flipper guy or not, if I can do a small tab, that's all it would be. A little small tab right there. I think this knife is built for that, actually. I actually do. It would just literally just be a little bump here with a tab right there, and that's it. And I think this thing would be really good that way. Would it
you don't need much. I mean, look at this.
You really don't.
Right? Look, that barely sticks out, and that gives you just beautiful access to do a front flip. Man, my camera's having trouble focusing on this guy. But yeah, look at how slight that tab is, So
Jim, give me a little more info on what you're looking for, my friend. Are you talking scale CAD? Is that what we're talking about, just to make scales? Maybe, if I knew how to do it. My CAD is done by somebody else. I would not want to put the whole thing out there because, like I said,
definitely not.
Right. I would not want to, and that's not what Ben Peterson's doing either. He's putting the CAD out there for the scales. My understanding, not the whole design. There are things that I have to protect to some degree, if that makes any sense.
It's your intellectual property, man.
Yeah. So I would not do that, but I would probably. Now, here's the thing, Jim. So let's go back to this. Somebody just asked me if I'd make titanium, if I'd make a titanium microburst. If I give this out there, then the answer to that's going to be no, because y'all can go make whatever you want. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. But let me know what you're looking for. I have tried to work with 2 different companies on titanium microburst scales, and I have not gotten anywhere. I would love to do that. So here's what I will ask you. Okay. If you're interested in titanium microburst scales, please go hound some of the scale makers. Okay. You pick whoever you want. I'm not going to, I would love to throw names out, but I'm not going to do it. So if you guys want titanium microburst scales, go tell the scale manufacturers that you want them, and I will make that happen.
There you go.
They have to see the demand.
Yeah.
They have to see the demand.
It's the same thing with the scale manufacturers. They don't want to sit there, make a pattern for scales that's not going to move, you know? So
Jay Dizzle, I really don't want to talk about who I spoke with. I mean, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I mean, it just didn't work out. It wasn't their fault. Any of the other companies' fault. Talked to 2 different companies. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't my fault. It just didn't work out yet. So it's more of a demand thing than anything. I want blue like the pinion. Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see what we can do, Jim. Jim, here's what I will say to you. Trust me. That's all I'm gonna say. So yes, Jeremy, see, there's lots of things Jeremy, but let's keep those to ourselves. Friend of mine. Oh gosh. All right, tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and draw the winner. Let's see how many entries we have. We have 94, so that sounds about right for 115 people in here. The blue pinion is pretty awesome. I have to agree with that. So, by the way, hold on. Before I do this draw, let's take this down for a second. All right. So, for those of you that did not see this yet, and no, I've been working constantly. I worked all weekend. But there are 7 pinions left. Okay? And there are 7 jade pinions. And this is about to happen to them.
Nice.
And I got some graphite too, because I'm going to try to do a couple fades. So we'll see how I do. And then they're going to go to Jeremy, who can work whatever magic he wants. Okay. So he can anodize hardware if he wants. He can do his sharpening job and do the by the way, his acid stonewash that he did for the ones we had at Blade Show were phenomenal. So, and he did a blasted and tumbled that was pretty too. But
nice.
So he's gonna work magic, and then we're gonna have like 6 or 7 pinions available that are. But you can see there's gonna be some blue ones, there's gonna be some purple ones, and there's gonna be some red ones. So that's what you can look forward to. So Doug, I'm well aware, brother, and I've done both. I like kind of the lighter color. That's my favorite. So I'll keep it lighter blue for sure. That's my favorite. The president of the Daleka Club demands something, then there is enough demand. There you go. Well, you call those companies for me. Yeah, the Blade Show pinions were pretty sweet, Gorilla. You are correct, and welcome. By the way, if you haven't put your hashtag Tempest up, do it now. You got about 15 seconds, and we're going to draw hashtag Tempest. Did I just say pinion? Hashtag Tempest. And then we're going to draw for a microburst, a black bladed microburst here. So give it about 10 seconds, guys, and then we're going to get back to seeing what else Sharif's got on his plate here. And then we'll do one more giveaway towards the end of the stream if my voice holds out. If it doesn't, I'll just keep it. No, all right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there's 99 entries. Hang on. All right, I need one more entry, please. We're gonna do this at 100. Come on. Somebody that hasn't done it yet, give me a hashtag Tempest. There we go. Is that it? Yep, 100. Here we go. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Bam! All right, here we go. Let's see who our winner is. And again, you need a U.S. mailing address, as I have said. Richard Kaufman. I know he's got a U.S. address. Richard, I know you've emailed me before because you've won before. And Richard, if you would email me, knivesfast@gmail.com. You have won a microburst, my friend. And Richard, because I'm in a giving mood and Sharif is such a good dude, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to throw in a set of rain milled scales as well. So
Nice.
there you go. We're gonna put those in there too. We'll give you the microburst and the scales, and then we'll head to you. I just need your name and address sent to my email, and we will go from there. So congrats, Richard. I hope he's here. Say hi, Richard, if you're here. We have lots of lurkers, so yeah, there you go. Thank you, Tim. All right, guys. So for those of you just getting here, the gentleman on your screen to the right is our friend Sharif Manganas. Sharif, am I saying the last name correctly?
Manganas.
Okay,
yeah,
I was
good.
Close. So Sharif is the runs a YouTube channel that goes by the name of
The Real Sharif M.
The Real Sharif M.
Yeah.
And then he has a knife company called Manganas Steel, if I get it right. And the website, guys, that you want to go to is ms-knives.com.
Right there. Yes, sir.
There you go. So go check that out. And there is a pre-order open for the Kimano. And look who is in the chat. Our buddy, Big Red EDC.
Big Red.
I think I saw it. Richard saying something. What'd you say, Richard? Wow, thank you. All right, very cool, man. Just send me that email. KnivesFAST@gmail. And Big Red, thank you, my friend. Very, very cool. Also, I saw Bluminati. Rusty pointed out Bluminati did a membership gifting earlier, and I missed it. And that membership went to Craig Wilkes. So thank you very much to our friend Bluminati and to Big Red for his $7 super chat. Thank you. And by the way, I just want to say this channel started taking off because of that guy right there. Okay. Don't ever forget it, guys. This guy right here brought me into the community, introduced me to you guys, and huge deal. So if you do not subscribe to Big Red EDC, you need to trot over there right now, hit that subscribe notification, watch a video, 30 seconds worth or so, just so it doesn't unsubscribe you. And go check out Big Red. So
Big Red's a legend in the game, man.
Absolutely is. So, hey, JD. JD is here as well. Don't forget to check out JD for EDC as well. Yep. Lots of good folks in here.
If you don't mind, Keith the Knife Freak was asking me about U.S. manufacturing.
Go for it, man. Let's do it.
The reality is, I would love to pursue U.S. manufacturing. The challenge.
Sorry, I had to laugh at Tree Stabbing Troy's comment here. It's all your fault, JB. It's all your fault. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, personally, I'd love to pursue U.S. manufacturing. The manufacturers that are available are far and few between. QC with the factories that are available is a little bit hit or miss at this stage. There are some who are developing right now, which are promising. They've been talking about expanding their operations. The one downside to U.S. manufacturing, honestly, is cost. Like, really, that's what it comes down to. And like Casey can tell you, man, like the more affordable you can make your knife, the better it is, realistically speaking.
100%.
And if like with something like the Kimano here in S35 titanium and micarta, I'd have to be charging upwards of $400+ easily, exactly, if it was made here in America. And
so just to go a step further, when I was trying to get the see, this is how crazy I am, Sharif. My very first knife, I tried to find a U.S. manufacturer. I called.
That's ballsy, dude.
I called 9 different companies.
Yeah.
3 were in the U.S. and the rest were Chinese companies. I talked to all those companies, and I just had no luck. Now, here's a comment. I will not. I've told this story before, and I've never told who this was, and I will never tell.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a US manufacturer that gave me a price, but they were basically giving me an upfront cost to upgrade their CNC machines to be able to do this.
Yep.
They and basically the comment was made that we just don't have the firepower that the Chinese companies have to throw at producing your knives in like 15 CNC machines lined up side by side by side by side.
Exactly.
And they actually wanted me to basically, and it was not cheap, to outfit a couple of their CNC machines to be able to do some of the milling and some of the different things that I wanted on the Mach 51.
Yeah.
And it sucks for them. I get it.
It does.
The outlays just like us. We can't just dump a bunch of money out there, and neither can they. They have to have proof that they're going to sell it to get the investors. And it's tough, man. It's very tough. So,
and
I would love to do it someday too.
And the reality is, especially in America, with the cost of staff, regulations, OSHA, like all of that stuff, if you have the capability to make a knife like in high precision, then you may as well go and pursue like aerospace contracts. What up, Kyle?
I'm like, what the heck, dude? I had to put that one up there.
Of course. But yeah, like at that point, if you can pursue aerospace level contracts, then why would you make knives? Like Grimsmo is a perfect example. Their main business is not knives.
Right.
That's their passion side project. Right.
Right. One of the companies I spoke with, actually, another US company, and their name has the word knives in it, but what you don't understand is that that's just a side business of one of their other businesses. And they told me, it'll be 2 years before we can get around to you, and here's your pricing, and no promises that you're even going to get your prototypes in 2 years. And I'm like, wow, okay. Because it's down here for them.
Yeah. It is what it is, but love our boys here, love to support like American businesses, man, but it's just the state of things right now with China. Just like Casey was saying, they'll have a factory, they have a district dedicated to knives.
Correct.
You walk into one of those factories and they'll have 20 Haas CNCs side by side that are just dedicated to cranking out production. So
I mean, VGI says it well. I absolutely love hey JB, no sweat, by the way, man. If you can't keep the stream going, I get it, man. VGI says it very well. I love USA made knives. I don't have a ton of them because they're tough. Just very tough to buy, and it just is the way it is.
Or you gotta do like what I do and just have like a really, really hardcore appreciation for knives that may not fit American knife standards. Like this is my Emerson collection.
There you go.
And a lot of people complain about Emersons because they're not up to the same fit and finish for the price as Chinese knives, but I love them anyways, and I love supporting an American brand.
I want to ask you something really important though. And this is important. I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a month, and I was going to be very careful how I talked about this.
Please.
And I think this is a good place to do it. So I have wanted for some time to check out a fixed blade from Montana Knife Company.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy one eventually. I'm looking at a Speed Goat, and I'm just gonna get one in here, and I want to review it because everybody says their stuff is like unbelievably sharp. Okay, and something they're doing with the heat treat is like crazy good, and they hold the edge, and they're like, people are saying they're one of the sharpest knives period out there. Okay, and I want to see one, but their owner. And I'm blanking on his first name, Josh Smith. Josh Smith, really good dude, family guy. He's a community-minded guy, but he's out here on Instagram and other places constantly saying, stop supporting Chinese knife making. These people have families, the people that work for me. And this is a guy, by the way, that can't keep knives on the shelf because they sell them, like they do a drop of like 500 knives and they're gone in 10 minutes. So it's kind of funny to me that he's out here saying, stop doing that so I can pay these people, but he's obviously selling enough to. So I think it's also interesting how some of the American knife makers, and I don't want to use this word, but get a little antagonistic about it.
Right.
And not just everybody live in the same space. And hey, here's the thing. There you go. I totally have a lot of respect for Josh Smith. This guy started building knives on his own in his garage, built this up to a great business. You gotta love the American success story, but don't go throwing shade on the other people.
Yeah.
And he basically, without calling out people like me and you, he basically did, American companies that work side by side with Chinese companies, that's not acceptable, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wow, really, really interesting.
Well,
so I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, man?
If that's the case, then why isn't he calling out every US tech company? Why isn't he calling out every domestic car manufacturer?
And what phone is he posting from?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he call out every big box retailer? I mean, you go to Target and flip over any product in Target and see where it was made. I get it. I get it when it comes to like something like a tool, right? Like we want our Stanleys, we want our Craftsman, we want our Milwaukees, like made here, right? And like knives are a little bit different than, let's say, like a cell phone, right? But I don't appreciate the antagonism because, again, not all of us can go to a bank and turn around and say, hey, we need $500,000 startup costs.
Yep.
Just to.
I agree with you, Tim. After I saw what he did at Blade Show 2 years ago, I will never support that guy. I'm sorry.
Ditto.
I can't do it. I won't review one of his knives anymore.
Yeah.
It was just wrong.
Yeah.
It was, and all of us, you should have seen, nobody was going to his booth after that.
Mm-hmm.
His booth was completely empty.
Kyle, you may say the argument is lazy, but we used to have American-made televisions.
Yep.
Right?
We did. And we had American-made two-way radios that were made literally 4 miles from here.
Exactly.
In a factory. They were making handheld radios. And what happened was they didn't adapt, and the Chinese companies started making this stuff, and they just went out of business because they did not adapt.
And here's the thing, and it's also the consumer, right? Like
everybody say hi to Ash.
Hi.
Also, for everybody in the chat earlier who was confused, yes, I did change my name on YouTube. It is not Ginger Snail anymore. It is now the My Starry Designs.
Yep.
Which is like my
company ish
starting name instead. So
that's
and you are going to see some of her work before too long. Hey, Rusty, look, here's the thing about what I'm saying, dude. No judgment to anybody who likes Greg's knives, okay?
Yeah.
You go for it. I have it. The one that I got to review was a fantastically built knife. Wasn't for me. It was the 187. Wasn't for me. Good knife, well built. Just not for me. But there's your Dolica salute, Malcolm Holt. Thank you for your $5 super chat. As I tried to kill the microphone there. So name change choice, Ash. Great name change choice. There you go. Thank you, Tim.
But
so yeah, I think
go ahead. To finish up, the thought, right, was like, as you said, a lot of the companies didn't adapt, but also they got priced out, right? Like people would go to Walmart and say, okay, this American-made TV costs, $500. I can get a good enough TV for $250, $300. I'm going to go for the $300 TV. And that happens enough times, then the market share closes and people, the factory shut down. And that's the thing. Like, look at your own collections. How many of you own $50, $100, knives? A lot, and a lot of them.
Right.
How many people are sitting and spending, $500+ on a Chris Reeves,
Right.
$700 on a Koenig Arius. How many of you are going out and buying handmade customs by US, custom makers, right? Like, that's the truth of the situation.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, back to this again. I just want to bring this up one more time. And again, I don't know what choice somebody like Sharif or myself have. If I brought you a micarta and 14C28N knife that costs $325,
right?
Would you buy this?
Right.
If this was made, since we're picking on Medford, let's say if this were made by Medford and it was the same everything, titanium hardware, micarta, and 14C made in America by Medford, but it was $350, $325. Would you pay that? Would you pay that for this? And I have to say, I would not. I mean,
if you have a budget,
right. And that's my problem. Now, you can obviously buy from them, and in most cases you're going to get better pricing than that because they don't have to jack it up like we do to get our part of it. But it is what it is. By the way, let me just say something important. No shade on America. Look, if you listen to what I said a minute ago, I am proud of Montana Knife Company and Josh Smith for what he's done. I'm proud of Greg Medford and some of these other guys and what they built, and I get it. And I'm glad they stand on American values. All I said is don't go throwing shade on other people that are using other ways of getting your product made. I don't have that choice. There isn't a viable US OEM at this moment. Lefty's working on it, but now he can't even get his to return his phone calls. Okay. So it is what it is, man. I would love to work with an American company, and I hope very much that at some point, by the way, I've got a fixed blade knife I want to do right now. And I want to do small batch USA made on this fixed blade. And I'm looking for somebody that can water jet and do that stuff. If I find that, then that'll be my first step, guys.
Casey, I may have a company you can talk to.
Okay, great, man.
Specifically,
and that seems more doable than a folder. I mean, it really does. Yeah.
I'll tell you guys, even, here's a perfect example on the higher end, right? So I just got this guy in for a review from a follower of my channel, right? Amazing knife, for the price. This is at least a $700 knife new,
which I'll never be able to touch. Yeah,
dude. But I also have a Shiro and I also have a CKF that were in similar price. And honestly,
sorry, JB, that's not exactly what I meant, but I hear you. Okay.
But I can tell you that the CKF is at least this quality, if not better, and you get more, and that's a Russian knife made in a Chinese factory. The Shiro is a Russian knife, so on some level for this, you're paying for the fact that it was made in the US,
100%.
And so even the blade steels, this is 20 CV. Those are in Vanix and M398, So
right.
And the CKF has got Timascus, carbon fiber, micro milling, it's a different level of craftsmanship. Right. Just to show the chat,
Right. All right. Y'all didn't even know it, but you just talked me into doing something I wasn't going to do. So I'm going to show something here. This is the fixed blade I'm working on. So Probably crazy to show this. And why am I blanking on the name of it? Yeah, it's the Stratus, I believe. Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, yes.
All right. So this is the Tempest Stratus. This is just a mock-up, obviously. 8-inch knife.
Nice.
High, tall, flat grind. Because that's what I like. So that is what I'm looking at right there. So you're gonna see that
good
down the road. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, let me see if I can. The company I recommend can do it for you, man.
Yeah, let me know, man.
Yeah,
I would love to
send you a DM about it. But just to let the people see, this CKF is actually cheaper than the Arius. These dark sections, all in here, that's micro milled carbon fiber. There's a Timascus ring here. There's a Timascus pocket clip.
Yeah, exactly.
This is M398 versus 20 CV. And this knife, this CKF, is $50 cheaper than even the Koenig Arius.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So again, American manufacturing, you're gonna pay a premium. I'm sorry, but you just are, you know. And
Kyle, I mean, inspiration is I just like I like very comfortable swelled handles. Except I'm doing something kind of different than I've seen with the swell, and you'll see that once here. I'll just show it one more time. The handle is swelled a little bit differently in that it's swelled both vertically and horizontally in the middle, just to fill this part of my palm that never gets filled well by handles. So that my inspiration was to find something that filled my hand.
Yeah, that's good looking.
Yeah. So it's a different handle, but I'm excited to try it. I think it's going to feel good.
So Byron actually just threw it out there. I don't know if you know, but River's Edge is starting to offer OEM.
I have not talked to them about that. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
And again, my idea would be to try and find somebody that would do small batch stuff, but maybe they would. So not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, look at that, Malcolm. Thank you. Yeah, that is a great question, Malcolm. There have been conflicting reports on whether Blue Ridge Knives is going to buy Ontario's equipment or not. By the way, thank you very much for the super chat. I don't know. I don't know, but I would hope that it would be spun back up into something. Yep. Take care, JB. Sorry you had so much trouble with your stream tonight. That's not nice. So, guys, I didn't mean to turn it into some kind of political debate here, but the thing is that I think it's important to have these discussions. And I, here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here unless somebody does crazy stuff like the one you sneezed about. But I'm not typically going to sit here and throw shade at these other companies. So I just thought it was interesting to see, how many of them throw shade at us that dare to work with a Chinese company or with whatever it is,
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I was trying to say. All right. While Ashland's sitting here, almost. Let's look at tonight's bunny, the framed Killer Bunny, number 60.
Nice.
All right. What we got, Ash? Wait, I gotta say it, don't I? You don't want to. Weirdo. All right. Who can guess what it is? Come on, it's framed. Come on. Somebody's gonna get it. Hey, Cavity Search, what's going on, man? What is going on? Yeah, Big Red to 11. Oh no, 10K by New Year's Day.
Yeah.
That works.
There it is.
Big Red.
Roger Rabbit. That's right. There you go,
yes.
guys. So that is our bunny tonight. Roger Rabbit. Very cool, Ash. Thank you. Everybody say thanks to Miss Ash there. I started it. I'm sorry, but I'm interested. Yeah, I get it. It's not a big deal. Thank you for the $2 to pay for my legal bills when Greg Medford comes after me. I do wonder. So, all right. So I don't know the answer to this. I've wondered the same thing. I wonder why more designers don't use the Taiwan plant like Quaikiri.
They're
I
much
just don't
harder.
think anybody, right? Don't think we know how to get a hold of them.
Yeah, they're much harder to get a hold of, basically.
Yes.
It's the short answer.
I think that I have tried to find out, and nobody seems to really know how to get a hold of them.
And they don't reach out to us.
Like Vash the Stampede, my favorite character.
That is her favorite character. That is her favorite character. That's cool.
But just so you guys know, I have a lot of knives in my collection. I probably almost have the same amount of American knives as I do Chinese-made knives. Like, I have tons of ZTs. As you can see, I mean, I've got 5 Emersons. I got ProTech. I got, you know, some really, really nice stuff. I love American-made knives.
All right, everybody mark this down. I'm going to try to get a Taiwanese knife made, and we're going to hold El Cap to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to do something with that particular factory that's doing the quiet carry.
They do great stuff,
knives. Those quiet carry knives. You guys know I love my 9, but I got to tell you that Drift LC is even better than the 9. I think.
Mr. Greg,
wise,
no,
great. What's that?
Mr. Greg was saying, aren't ZTs made in China? No. They are an American company made here, but owned by a Chinese company called Kai. But they are USA made. Absolutely USA made.
Yep, they are.
And a number of Kershaws are, but the Kershaws, you got to look for the American flag, like this limited edition
on the Kershaws, right? Yep.
You know,
yeah, my launch 9, it has that on it, and it's Kai is definitely the parent company. Is guys, you can't get away from it unless you just want to limit buying to a couple of companies. But you're right, it is a Japanese company, but they are being made in America. It's just like if you buy a USA made Toyota. I mean, it's the exact same thing. If you buy certain Toyotas, like the Sienna van is made in Tennessee, but obviously Toyota's a Japanese company. I get it.
Yeah.
It's it is what it is. By the way, Byron, thank you for the info. I'll see if I can reach out to REC and see what we can figure out.
Can I also give a quick answer to Mr. VG? He asked if I was doing on anything smaller.
Tim asked that earlier too. So, yep.
I do have a collab with Kaiser coming out that's about 3 1/4 inches. And I just shared the picture with KC right now.
Okay. Bam! Ooh.
That's this guy, the Toro.
My wife is being a nut off camera, guys. She's seriously distracting me. She's got the bunny. She's blowing hair all over the place. I don't know what's
the minivan.
Yeah, the minivan is her car. I have a Ford truck, okay? I have a Ford F-150. She's got the minivan, okay? Stop busting my chops. All right.
But yeah, this is a smaller knife, about 3 1/4 inches. This will be coming out with Kaiser. This guy is seriously overbuilt. It's got a 6mm pivot. It's got about a 5mm stop pin. It's titanium with a steel insert liner lock.
I love the look of this.
It's not it's almost like a subframe lock with this guy. So you have completely symmetrical scales with no cutouts or anything, no liners. And then, it's like a 3.5 mil. So that's what, like 13 thousandths blade.
Wow.
So this guy should be fun.
Yeah, that's and you're saying that's with Kaiser?
Yes, sir.
But this an OEM project or
no? This is just
a Kaiser project
licensed to them. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
If I do something that's going to be on the smaller end, it's going to be, kind of more tactical, kind of like this Strider PT, plus that I've fallen in love with this small little knife, man. I'm not going to lie. ProTech killed it with this guy.
JD said, is it a hollow grind?
No, it's a very tall flat grind.
Yeah, here's the thing, okay? So I'm not going to say what knife I had in recently, but I had a knife in recently with a 0.14 inch blade stock and a hollow grind that comes down to a 0.018, okay? And that's great, okay?
Yeah.
But this tall flat grind on the Jetstream is 0.015.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can get with a nice tall flat grind, you can get a very nice thin slicey edge. And for those of you that know, that's what I love. And that's what this guy, the microburst, is. I believe this is 0.016. If I remember correctly from people that have measured it for me, because I don't have good calipers. But just very thin and slicey because it is tall. So yep, very good.
That's the thing. Even with the fixed blades and anything, people talk about, oh, it's so slicey, it's so slicey. Geometry is everything,
It is. It really is.
You can. That's one of the things that actually I really like. I'll go on a quick little 1 second rant over here, but it's one of the reasons I like the Emerson V chisel, right? So with the V chisel, you have a primary bevel but no secondary, and then on this side you have a primary and a secondary, right? And with this thing, it's like 30 thousandths behind the edge, which is double what you'd see.
Sorry, there's a rabbit running on my keyboard.
Rabbit,
Gosh.
Rabbit.
Just ran across my keyboard. Anyway, go ahead.
But even though the V chisel is like 30 thousandths behind the edge, because of the nature of the geometry, it slices like a demon. I would put up this versus something that's 18 thousandths, 15 thousandths behind the edge with a traditional double bevel, and you'd be shocked at how good this slices through things while still being incredibly
That's cool.
robust,
Yeah, right. Because there was a lot of thought put into how that final geometry is, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So by geometry.
All right, guys, we're gonna keep talking. But I just want to get this started. So for those of you that are interested in the giveaway, that's about what in the heck? Okay, the giveaway that's gonna happen at the end of the stream. You need to go ahead and start getting entered, and I need you to have a U.S. mailing address. I'm not sending knives anywhere but the U.S. So you would have to have a proxy or U.S. So there you go. There is what you do to enter. Whoa, what just happened? Hold on. Where did we go, Sharif? Nope, that's just you. There we go. Okay. So hashtag 7 years with a capital Y. Start putting that in the chat, and we will draw for the giveaway, and I will show you what it is.
Yes, sir.
Warning, Chinese knife. So, hey, did I say that? But that is what we will do here in just a few minutes and show you what we've got. So in the meantime, while we keep talking, y'all go ahead and put 7 years in the chat. All right, Sharif, sorry for the interruption.
Oh, no worries. No worries, man.
Yeah.
And shout out, real quick shout out to Kyle Kunel, because I don't know if you guys know, but he sharpens. He put a killer edge on this particular Emerson A100.
Oh, okay, on that one.
Yeah.
So you just, whoa. I'm not sure what just happened.
Everything good on your end?
Yeah, I hope so. Are we still here, guys? Did you see that, Ashland? Okay. I think we're good. All right. Woo. That was really weird. My computer just went bonkers. I think it's from the rabbit running across it, probably.
Oh, yeah, sure. Blame it on the rabbit. I'm getting away from you before I catch your disease.
Yeah, I'm not diseased. Maybe I am. I don't know. So we are at 120 people in here, and it looks like we're already at 90 entries, which is pretty cool.
This is bullcrap.
Wow,
hey,
dang.
I wanted to
Bullcrap.
that is
What is this? It doesn't.
she gets so mad about women's pockets not being able to hold
Look at this
knives.
thing. It does not
It's so
fit.
pathetic. So pathetic. The pockets are so thin.
Bullcrap.
Just leave it. I'll put it away.
Oh my god.
And so thank you,
Mini
Will be
A100.
smart aleck. Smart aleck. I don't like some of you guys. You're not very nice. So
Neither are you.
I am very nice. I'm the nicest guy I know. I wanted to go back and say something important. I wanted to apologize to our friend Jim Miller. Jim, I do not think you were dumb in any way, shape, or form, and that's not what I meant at all. I just was telling you, I was asking for clarification of what you wanted me to share on the CAD files. That's all I was saying. Do not think you're silly at all. Yeah, congested, swollen eye, computer virus, and get a bubble. Yep, that's me. You guys like the swollen eye? It's nice, and then look at that, Sharif. Isn't that pretty? Looks like Ashlyn hit me.
I'm gonna get you one of those bubbles, like the one from
I need a bubble.
ET.
People at work.
You're gonna be sending like
it
a
was
bubble
funny.
of ET.
It's actually great because I went into the office today. My office is in the back of the building, and nobody even came down the hallway. It was great. I had nobody bothered me. I was just in my office all day, nice and quiet. It was very good. I just kind of wink at them on my way in and show them my swollen eye, and then they just leave me alone.
What do you want me to go? I have a third finger that way.
Be nice to my butt. No, I was apologizing to Jim. I love Jim. Jim is a true American dude, man. That guy's awesome. I love that he's a machinist too. I think that's so cool.
Design and put up Kickstarter for a real pair of women's pants pockets.
Kickstarter for real women's pants pockets. You should do it.
Yes,
you should do it. Yeah.
Brother Casey, you got a real talented daughter there, man. Over the lives, I've seen her artwork, and as somebody who went to art school and design school, like I can tell you, she's got some raw natural talent.
You are. Raw natural talent. He's seen all your work, and
thank you.
He went to art school as well, and very cool. He's definitely an artist as well. Yeah, well, very cool. You guys, very soon we'll see. We still can't say, but you'll see some of her work out there before too long, and I think that's pretty sweet.
My mom keeps wanting to start like a little business thing, and one of the things she wants to do is like find some sort of crafts we can do, and so she's looking into doing I don't even know what at this point, but.
Don't say, man. Somebody might take the idea.
But for me, I'm looking into making. So a lot of people around here make jewelry, but not a lot of people make jewelry that's for stuff like boots and hats and stuff. So like boot jewelry, hat jewelry, stuff like that, like cowboy boot jewelry stuff. Maybe some paracord stuff for like fun. Because I still know how to make paracord.
And she's up for commissions, guys. I mean, she can't do a ton right now because she's got school. But if somebody wants a sticker design, a logo design, she's definitely set up with the digital art stuff now. When you see the one I'm talking about, I think it'll blow your mind. Matter of fact, Sharif, I trust you, man. I'll send it to you. I can't. I might get hurt if I do that. I'm afraid of the person that you're working with. They might kill me. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll see. Boots and cats. Yeah. If you haven't noticed, Ashlyn's vibe is kind of Westernish. She
Western.
Whatever. What is it? Country, Western. It's all the same. Don't say it, Maddie's gonna steal your ideas. No, he will.
Yeah. You want to make some boot jewelry? I'll see you make it. Show me it.
Boot jewelry. Yeah, if you make boot jewelry, she'll probably buy it from you. So then we're all in trouble.
Because nobody makes anything good. All the stuff that they make. The reason I'm looking into making it is because everyone makes it with like actual clasps and stuff. And when you buy boot jewelry with clasps on it, you wear it one time and it snaps and you'll never be able to wear it again. And so I'm looking into finding like some way to do it with like magnets or something like that, where it's like a double wrap magnet kind of thing.
Oh gosh,
Nice.
there's this chat is all kinds of awesome tonight. There you go, Jim. See, Jim's not mad at me.
Good.
Jim and I are buddies, man. Jim, I hit it off with Jim at Blade Show. He's awesome. He really, really is. And he was having a rough couple of days, and all he was doing was trying to make the rest of us smile. And he had kind of a, I don't know, Jim, I don't know if you want me to tell, but maybe a car wreck or something like that. Jim had a couple things happen, and he just
Stacy to send me her
still
idea.
pouring out and loving on us. So
yeah, tell Stacy to send me.
That's
her
awesome,
idea.
man.
She
says to DM her.
Okay.
So
Taylor Swift, ew.
Taylor Swift, ew. That's funny.
Swifties are the most annoying people you'll
Oh
ever meet
Lord,
in the world.
we've sent her down a rabbit trail. Rabbit trail.
I
Get
definitely-
it? Sharif, rabbit trail.
Like, listen, if any of your daughters or whoever are Swifties, no hate on them, but they're annoying.
Yeah. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Swifties.
Yeah, that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jim's an awesome dude. He really is. I mean, everybody in here, you guys are all make me smile and we have a good time because I had a pretty crappy day. I don't feel great, to be very frank and honest. I got to go up and start my first dose of antibiotic here in a few minutes. So my third round of antibiotic to try to wipe out this eye, whatever it is.
Dang, that's
I'll
rough,
leave with
dude.
my last comment.
Yep, your last comment.
Forget Taylor Swift. Go back to listening to Dolly Parton.
Wait a minute, Chad, are you saying you're a Swiftie or you're Swiftie? So in other words, you're fast or you're a Swiftie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused. No, David, it looks great too, doesn't it, man? I walk. It looks fantastic. And no, it's not pink eye. It's. I basically have a really, really horrible sinus infection that is so bad it's like, busting out of my face. That's the only way I can put it. How many fingers am I holding up? All of them.
Oh, Javon, what's up?
Is Javon here? Hey, Javon, what's going on, man? Javon, I did not say anything about the clone battle from the other night, did I, Sharif?
No, nothing at all.
No,
nothing whatsoever.
All right, so let's just recap this one more time, and then we're going to do this last giveaway, and I'm probably going to let everybody go because I'm tired. And say bye to Ash and the bunny. And so Sharif Manganas is our guy here, or Manganas. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
And he has got this knife, this pokey stabby beast called the Kimano on pre-order right now. Hollow ground in the middle there and a nice flat tip with a harpoon going on with that Tanto.
Yeah.
Harpoon Tanto, what? The bunny farts on Casey's pillow and gave him pink eye. No. I hope not. If she ever puts this bunny on my pillow, I think it's not going to live. Hey, David, what's going on, by the way? So micarta, titanium, and crap, can't remember the steel.
S35.
S35. And they're running 250 and 270, 255, 275?
255, 275.
275. So they're on his website, which, Tim, if you don't mind putting that up one more time, that would be great. Or Keith, either whoever gets to it first. That is ms-steel.com.
Yeah.
And go check it. Read my comment above. When people do that, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And look through it for 5 minutes. What? Solid gold, white or yellow ring. Look in front of you. All right. I mean, I'll try weird things, Stacy. That doesn't sound super weird. It sounds weird, but it doesn't sound super weird. So the Kimano, and it comes in this version's 255 with the micarta, and the other version is purple haze for 275. So there you go. And he's got a ways to go to fund, guys. So if you're interested in making it happen, you need to help make it happen. He needs your
Please.
help. Yep. Yeah, needs your help. Get the word out. And what I always say, guys, I've said this 1,000 times. If you can't buy my knife, if you can't buy his knife, you can help by sharing and supporting any way you can. Tell your friends,
Yes.
share it, those kinds of things, and that helps a lot. More than you can imagine.
Yeah.
Witchcraft. All right. I don't know about witchcraft. I'm not interested in witchcraft. You guys are crazy. I understand, Stacy. I'm just laughing at people's silly jokes. It doesn't sound witchy to me. It might put me to sleep, though. You never know. If I hold a ring in front of my eye, it might just be like, the whole what do you call it? The hypnotism thing. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fine. Hello, Javon, squirreling between two lives. Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. All right, Javon, pick one. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You
pick
don't
us,
have
Javon.
to
Pick us.
Yeah. No. You pick what you want, and if you want to go back and forth, you go back and forth. I'm just being a jerk. That's what I do best. All right. So again, if you have not entered yet, you have a couple of minutes, and the hashtag is 7 years with a capital Y. Dude, I can't wait for my Kimano, says Kevity. Very cool.
Yeah, Kevity.
Stare at the sun for about an hour, then you'll go blind, and the infection won't matter anymore. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. So, all right, but here's the thing. They don't even have a knife right now. Sharif's got a knife on pre-order. I got a knife right here can be bought right now. No, I'm just kidding. Kay and Damon, I'm sure, have a very nice live going on as well. But I think they were talking about the Kraken, which is their first design, I believe.
Yeah.
So, which will be cool, I'm sure. I'm just being obnoxious. That's what I do best. All right, well, we're going to draw this in just a moment, and then we're going to do that thing called Wrap It Up. There are 104 entries and 125 people in here. By the way, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please go do so. And Greg Vanderlip says smash that like. Orion, David, they are Crazy K and Damon, who was the product manager at Kaiser, have formed a company called, somebody help me. Pyrotech, yeah.
Yes.
And their first knife is going to be called the Kraken. So, yeah. Sounds very Pirates of the Caribbean-ish. Yes, which is fine. Hey, Greg, you got that right, man. I love my pinion, for sure. I do love the pinion. No doubt about it. Yep. All right. So, Donald, she did some bunnies with the Tempest logo on them at Blade Show. They were really cool. Are they on now? Well, no, Mike Reese. All right, here's the thing. All right, anybody who wants to go over to their live stream, go ahead. I'll give somebody else that wants to stay this giveaway item. By the way, let's go ahead and see what it is we're giving away before we draw it. So first things first, we have an O Father O Father sticker in with his wife, Junkin Genius. Let's get this off of here so you can see. Got to let people see what they're going to win, KC. All right, so there's your O Father sticker and your really cool Mandalorian Hank from Junkin Genius, which is Mrs. O Father.
Nice.
Very cool, kind of comic booky looking Hank with I think she said this is some sort of really soft felt. So it's not microfiber, but it's felt, which would work probably equally as well at cleaning your glasses and that kind of thing. She is on Instagram. I think it's what is it, Ashlyn? Starry something. Oh, come on. She'll tell you. If she's in the chat, she'll tell you. All right. There's that. If I can get it back in the bag. And then you've got a huge pile of swag here. I don't think it's quite like JB's giant piles of swag, but it's pretty hefty. You've got all the KnivesFAST stickers, KnivesFAST, Tempest, Killer Bunny, and then you've got Blue Creek Knives, Big Red, Mike Curtis, Bees Blades, Lefty EDC. Of course, you've got tonight's Roger Rabbit Bunny. I need some Manganas steel.
Dude, speaking of, I just got these new stickers made.
Yeah, I need a couple of those, man. Come on.
Yeah, dude. These are going to be making the rounds real soon.
Very cool. And then we got a Saturday Night Live patch from Big Red, of course, and Butter Knives Fast number 120 from Trev, of course, and then some Issuing Stitches buttons and all kinds of stickers, guys. More stickers than you know what to do with. All kinds of SMKW stickers. And then we have a flashlight. So tonight I am giving away, this is 7 years of doing this, so I couldn't go chintzy, all right? So there's no chintzy going on here tonight. This is a heck of a giveaway, if I must say so myself. Our flashlight tonight is a nice Olight Seeker 4 Mini. This is a great light. I love this light. I reviewed it, so very, very cool. That is your black and blue flashlight. And we're just going to stick that right there. I am not good at this. All right, there we go. And then our knife tonight is sweet. It comes from Best Tech in a Best Tech pouch. So that means it is one of their higher end knives. And we have a Best Tech in.
Which one?
Skirmish, my friend.
Ooh.
This is the Best Tech Skirmish in the white and black Damascus and Damascus blade.
That's a crazy knife.
Yeah, you think? I call this the fancy pants skirmish. This is the fancy pants skirmish. Look at that blade, Sharif.
Dang.
That is a angry
That's like
looking
a
blade.
pokey stabby cleaver.
Yeah, that's exactly what a modified cleaver is what they called it. But
yeah,
I mean it's smooth, quite the cutter. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. Very, very interesting. You can choke up but stay back off the corner of that blade. Yep. So that is the one we are giving. Hot dog. I like it. Okay. Very cool. All the Damascuses. Yes, exactly. So that is what we're giving away. So if you have not entered yet, you have to put this in there and you have to have a U.S. mailing address. So type that in the chat if you haven't yet, and then we will draw this baby. And again, you're getting a lot of crap. I can't wait to find out how much this is going to cost to ship, man. It's a bunch of heavy stuff. That's the thing. Some of these bigger knives, they are heavy with all the packaging, big old package and everything. So it's fun. All right. All right. So what do we got? We are at 107 people and 117 in the chat. Oh, yeah. Good, Tim. Thank you. And guys, Sharif's YouTube channel is Real Sharif M at Real Sharif M. So check him out. He's also on Instagram. I actually have ways of getting it cheaper than the flat rate boxes, Jay Dizzle, but it is what it is. Everybody does something different, but I actually make it cheaper than that. But whatever. Everybody's different. All right, here we go. We're gonna draw for this puppy in 10 seconds. Yes. We're still at 107, so we shall see if anybody else jumps in 5, 4. We're at 108. 2, 1. Bam! 108 entries. Very cool. Still good odds, guys.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Who is our winner? Gilliam Barnaby. Hello. Good to see you. Are you still here? Please let me know in the chat. If you are, I will need you to send an email to knivesfast@gmail.com. Well, David, I would have done that for you. But Guillaume, if you will, please Tim, if you'll put the email address up for me, or Keith, either one, you need to send me an email, knivesfast@gmail.com. And I need your name and your address, your U.S. mailing address, and we will get this out to you. So I got 2 packages to get ready.
Yeah. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, I hope he's still here. But very, very cool.
Yeah.
Does anybody see him in the chat? Where you at, Guillaume?
Yeah.
Hopefully he's still here and knows what he has to do. If not, we'll give it away again next week.
There you go.
We shall see.
And also, I definitely would have DSKFS'd it, man, for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Well, congratulations. I definitely have seen his name in here, guys. Let's not get out of hand here. He's a name that's been in here. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, okay. So let's have this conversation. Some people are claiming it's an alt account. I don't know that, guys. It's hard. I've had people coming forward telling me there's some alt accounts out here. I don't really know how in the world to police that. I really don't.
It's a tough one.
It's very hard. Some of you have given me some information, but it's not ironclad.
Thank you, Jim.
And it's just really, really tough. So there you go. Yeah, very much.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, we like having you on, man. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see. Man, I'm sorry. Hang on, water. I can't wait to see everything you got coming up. And well, what we're gonna do, Mattis Faction, is we're gonna wait and let him send me an email here. So, and if he doesn't, we'll give it away next week. So, Guillaume, it would be really cool if you would chime in the chat right now. So, if you would do that, that would be cool, and it would help clear this up. So,
and if it's your alt account, just switch over to it real quick.
Yeah, just switch over. Or just say, "Hey, I'm here" on the wrong account, and we'll be like, "Okay, cool." Oh gosh. Well, you know, it's tough, guys, and hopefully it's not. But you guys are hilarious as usual. No, I don't ever say that. I said you have to be here to enter, but I never say you have to be here to. I mean, they have to be able to send me an email, and I'm not going to post it anywhere else. So if he doesn't watch this and find out he won, then he will not win. So it's that simple. Yeah. There he is. Sorry, big lag. Yep. Okay. Very cool. I just need you to send me an email, knivesfast@gmail.com. If you would just send me an email, Guillaume, knivesfast@gmail.com with your name and your US address, I will definitely send this stuff out to you. Congratulations very, very much. So that is cool. Yeah. Understand, man. There's a lot of people in here, so it lags some. So let's wrap it up by letting Sharif have the last word here. Well, of course, you guys know I'll still say something, but just looking forward to what you got going on, man. And I'm excited. I'm super excited for the one you just showed a few minutes ago. I don't remember the name of it, but that looks right up. That blade looks right up my my aisle there. That drop point from Kaiser. So that'll be super, super nice. So excited for that. And I know what I wanted to ask you. I almost forgot a very important point. I hear that you were partially responsible for the birth of a designing legend that we're going to hear from in the next month or so. Tell us that story. How in the world did you and Maddie talking about a knife turn into you and Maddie and Kaiser talking about a knife, and we're going to see the Phoenix?
I will give Maddie maximum credit, actually, because Maddie had the concept. Maddie had the idea for the design, the original sketch, and everything. And truth be told, I just had him take a really flat picture of it. I brought it in to Photoshop, scaled it up, and just traced it up, made sure that the geometry works, did a few little refinements, you know. And it's 100% true Maddie design. You know,
it's got a Maddie vibe going on for sure.
100%. And I'm super excited for him because it's such a unique design. You know,
Right.
There's nothing else out there that even remotely looks like it. It's like this mix between like a hunter and a Persian blade.
Right,
and
right.
it's so dope. And just
it kind of reminds me of a more thin, refined Navaja. It kind of has a little bit of that going on, but again, with that more upswept Persian tip to it. Yeah.
And dude,
very,
like,
very cool.
I honestly just said, listen, here's the contact info for Kaiser. He reached out on his own. He wrote to them. He submitted everything. Went down the rabbit hole with them, and they liked it enough to pick it up. And we got to see it at Blade Show, which was just incredible.
I did. That was everybody's coming to my booth saying. Everybody's coming to my table going, have you seen Maddie's knife? I'm like, what are we talking about here? So I go over and interview Kay, and she's like, look at this. And I'm like, wait, is that? And she said, yeah.
Man.
Keister friendly. There you go.
So, yeah, dude. And what's really exciting is I won't give it away unless Maddie approves. But we're already working on a number 2 together.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, good. That's awesome.
I gotta give credit. I gotta give credit to him. What I really appreciate about Maddie, much like yourself, right, is you guys come up with designs that I've never seen before, and that's even what I try to do is to bring
I think a lot of yours are very unique as well. Yeah,
I appreciate that. Like, it's so, we see so many repeats of the same basic, drop point shape.
Hey, if you get that today, it's going to cost $485.
Right? Exactly.
I'm still blown away by that. But anyway.
But yeah, man.
Like, Maddie says, give it away, Sharif.
Does he? All right.
Yeah, there we go. Look, I'll put it on the screen so you can read it. That's what he said.
I got it.
So he wants you to give it away. We're going to do another giveaway. No, wait. I didn't mean it.
This is the initial sketch. We're working on the ergos and the refinement of it. But there you go. That is Maddie's number 2.
That's pretty sweet, Maddie. That definitely has some Maddie vibe going on too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very cool. Yeah.
So
I'm not ready to. I've got one I'm working on right now that unfortunately I'm in talks with the company about, so I can't show it right now. But I've got one that is going to blow some people's minds right now. So but I'll tell you, Sharif, you said something, and I wanted to ask you about your creative process a little bit.
Absolutely.
We did talk about this the last time you were on. Now we're going to derail and go over. I'm sorry, man.
It's all
but
good.
I'll let you go get something to eat here in a minute. I'm sure it's about that time. But so for me, I don't know about you. I go through waves. So I go through a period of time where I just get all jazzed up and I sit down with my sketchbook, or sometimes I won't even have my sketchbook with me, and I'll just grab a legal pad in the office and trace something out, draw it out, blah, blah, blah. And then I go like 2 months without drawing anything. And I'm like, oh man. So actually between what I've got on kind of working with Tempest and between some that I'm working on with a couple of manufacturers, about everything I'm super jazzed about is out there right now. So I'm in that mode right now where I need to go draw the next one. You know what I'm saying? So it's, how does that work for you, man? I mean, because the last thing I want to do, what I usually do when something happens, it's like a thought is in my head and I've got to get it out on paper. So the idea of just grabbing a sketchbook, sitting at the table and going, I don't have an idea, but let's just draw something, that doesn't happen for me. My process is something is like, wait, what if I did? What would that look like? You know what I'm saying? And then bam, that happens. Is that similar to kind of where you're at?
Very similar. Yeah. Like I maybe sketch a little bit more frequently than you.
Thank you, sir.
you know, like my design background.
Right.
But yeah, like for me, it's very solution / idea driven,
Right.
right?
Right.
So like that, for example, that Persian with the nightmare grind that I did, that I showed
Right.
you earlier,
Yeah.
right?
Which is cool.
My thinking was, can I get a blade shape that has like a secondary edge like this, but with a smooth sort of profile, you
Right.
know? Because that's the thing. When you have a knife with like a good amount of belly or a curved belly, you don't have anything to hook into packages and
Right. Right.
pull open, right? So I said, okay, let me start with this. Sketched what I wanted the blade profile to be, and then everything kind of evolved from
That's
there, you
cool.
know?
Yep.
And or I'll just see something and I'll be like, oh, that's a really cool inspiration, you know, and I'll go from there, kind of creating a crazy new blade shape or profile or something, you know. But yeah, it comes in waves.
That
Waves is
yeah,
definitely
and
the way.
that's kind of the way I feel about it. And the
Yeah,
busier I am with the rest of my life, the harder it is to sort of sit down and draw something. You know, it's like,
yeah,
oh man, I've got so much going on right now. So I need to sit down. I have drawn a couple recently that I
yeah,
just need to, I mean, like the initial sketch, I guess you would say,
yeah.
that I need to sit down and refine. And they might turn out to be. I showed one of them to our buddy Tim, who's always asking for smaller knives because one of them is the smallest knife I've ever drawn. So we shall see if that one goes anywhere or not. But
If it
I
makes you
typically
feel any amount better as far as the needing to refine stuff,
yep,
this is my
that's the
current
refined
stack
stuff. Oh gosh,
of like designs
yeah.
to
Look at
refine.
my sketch. My sketchbook looks pretty rough. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
So
so much crammed in there. Yep. Did this one? I'll send you a picture of this one. The one I'm
yeah.
working on right now actually has kind of a Sharif, kind of a little more Sharify blade to it
More
than you
pokey
typically see
stabby.
from me. Yeah, a little bit, a
Yeah.
little bit. I'm not afraid to do a pokey stabby blade. I'm a very utility. My uses of knives are very utility driven,
Yeah.
and so my blades so far have been fairly utility.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the Jetstream has a little, more of a poke to
Yeah.
it. And the next one, the Virga, which I haven't shown yet, not Verga, for those of you that are going to tell me it's a bad word, Virga, which is a weather term, Virga. It's a weather term. That'll be the next one, and I'm very excited to show it. But I'm waiting for I have disciplined myself, and I am waiting for the prototypes to arrive. I don't know why I'm doing it, but that's what I'm doing. The Tempest Micro Shank. That's a good name.
Can I show you one? This one,
Yeah, go for it, man.
I've been working on this one probably for the longest. This is the longest I've worked just on the sketch and refining the lines. But this is one that I'm really hoping to do soon, at least in the 3D model. This, again, if Manganas Steel Knives takes off, then I will try and produce this. But this is not a cheap one either.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Nelly, look at that. That's pretty cool. It has some Veloce going on in there, but it has some other stuff too.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
This was inspired by a artist that actually graduated from my school, and he's very famous. He did
Oh man.
He did a lot of
sorry,
stuff.
I'm laughing at this comment. That's funny. Anyway, go ahead.
But there's an artist by the name of Sid Mead, and Sid Mead inspired the design of this knife. So
okay.
yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. Your lines are just so cool.
Thank you, man.
It feels so whatever the word is. It all works together is what I'm trying to say. And I try for that. It's not, I mean, my biggest thing is that I want all of my knives to look equally cool closed as they do open.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been my thing for
That's a big thing.
It's hard too, man.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. But I just actually, when I first got this back from the CAD guy, he had raised it up and it actually went straight across and then down like a slip joint.
Oh, okay,
actually,
yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually reprofiled, and that's where we ended up with sort of this kind of uptick thing that happened, because I reprofiled the blade on purpose and kind of wait a minute, I actually like that. So that's
nice.
where that happened. But the initials, when we started putting it in, it just wasn't, the geometry wasn't lining up right, closed. And so I had to tweak it quite a bit to get it. But this one, I mean, to me, this is just, I just love the way this looks closed. And that's why I shaped it kind of the way I did, because it gives it, but the best closed knife, in my opinion, is, I still want to come back to this guy. Still want to come back to it, and I hope someday I can, but just haven't, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on what I want to do to kind of update it and change it, and just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, that's a sick one.
But ergonomically, this is probably my favorite knife ergonomically, period.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic
just
one, man.
Feels so good in hand, man. It's just people enjoyed it at Blade Show. The only bad thing about this one is lock bar access, which is, it's funny because my knives from there on out have gone totally in the other direction. So which is interesting. You know, that was more about trying to achieve a vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very much what I was trying to do with that one. So
dude, Salamando, you nailed it. Sid Mead, visual futurist. And yeah, I've spent a fair amount of time with the guy. He is amazing. Unfortunately, he passed, but dude, yeah, he did Blade Runner, he did Gundam, he did a lot of stuff in his career. So
that's a sweet looking knife, man. Your drawings are epic, man. They really are.
Appreciate
that. Just gives you the whole picture of the thing. I like it very, very much. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, David Iverson, the Mach 51 is perfect. If only more than however many people felt that way. I can't remember how many ordered it, but it wasn't enough. But sometime we're gonna get it back. We're gonna do it, and I just got to get it to where I want it, and I got to figure out exactly what that means. But I'm proud of it.
You should be, man.
Wish I still had more than one of them. I sold one to JB, and I gave one to my buddy that helped me fund the prototypes. So I only had 3, and that's all that were ever made. So, yep. Someday we'll bring her back.
For sure.
And you know, I was a little worried about bringing it back when I heard Boker was doing a P51 Mustang knife, but since I've seen it, I'm not worried.
Yeah,
they're not similar at all. They seem to be more what's the word? Concerned with using parts of whatever it is, than actually making it look anything like the object. And so, you know, that's fine. I'm not making mine out of parts of a P51 Mustang, but I mean, that's cool that they do that. I think it is cool.
If yours looked like it and maybe had a little piece of it,
it'd be pretty cool. It definitely would. It's I like I said, someday I'm gonna go back to it. It's gonna happen. It's just I got to get my feet under me first, and then we'll go from there. So, Maddie, you asked a question a few minutes ago, and the absolute answer to your question is very doubtful. He asked if I was going to give away a Rockstead at my 10-year anniversary. So just so you know,
wants a free Rockstead.
Yeah, the most expensive knife I've ever purchased is about $360. So I've never experienced some of the knives up and over. You know, it's funny. My Grail knife is and still is a Holt Spectre, but that is so far outside my spending that is not going to happen anytime soon. So someday, but not anytime soon. So the answer is probably will not be buying anything like that to give away. No Rockstead. I'm out. Well, you know, Maddie, I love you though. I love you. It's funny.
And Delta, there is a guy who already makes a knife with a hood scoop. It's called an Emerson Wave.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny. That's funny. So I guess I'll just bring this back up. What I'm thinking of doing is I just got to bring the price down on this thing. I think a lot of people didn't want to get in where it was. It was M390 and contoured titanium. I think what you'll probably see is maybe aluminum and a lower steel. I don't know what yet, and we'll do something, and then the cockpit may turn into a hole instead of a slot. So, which the slot worked well for me. A lot of people didn't like the slot for flicking, but it works very well for me. I've never had issues with it, not even once. But I don't want to wreck the ergos. So I think what'll happen, Sharif, is instead of a frame lock, it'll turn into an inset liner lock.
Yeah.
And then I can find a way to do a window like right here.
Yeah.
See, because I like the lines, lines of not having some big dip here to get to that lock bar. But I got to figure out a way to do it where it works better.
You know,
so
take a look at the bare knuckle, because they did a really good job with it. They did well. I mean, it's hard to see in my lighting.
Yep.
But they did like a subframe lock, you know, but the difference between the left and right scale is so minimal, you know, that you still have enough access. Or alternatively,
it's just the big deal is I made it so thin. I mean, it's just a thin knife. So when you got double chamfers there. Look at that. See it right there? You got double chamfer, but there's just not enough good room to cram your finger down in there. And the lock bar is a little short, kind of like what you were saying. So, you know, those were my challenges. So I don't know. I just got to figure out a way to rework it. Maybe we can talk about it and see what we can come up with.
I'm available if you ever do.
But it is a gorgeous knife. I would love to see it go into production. Would really love to see it. And you know, my first love was this satin, and I kind of moved over to doing a lot of stonewash, but I think I'm going back to satin now. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I just think
satin is where it's at.
Yeah, they're pretty. Definitely. So there you go, Gonzo. Oh, you guys are having too much fun. So and by the way, I just want to say there are 73 people in here that know there are no more giveaways tonight, and you are still here. So thank you guys. That's the core right there that got us to 7 years. And if I don't keep getting sick, maybe we'll do 7 more. No, I'm just kidding. We'll keep on trucking. I'm just like, good Lord, I'm tired.
You need to go get some rest then, man.
Well, I came home and laid on a heating pad because of my back.
Yeah.
Because I tweaked my back. And so I came home late on a heating pad and I was out. I just passed out on the couch, and my wife walks in with food and she's like, hello. Where else would I be? There you go, David. I have no idea. No more giveaway. I'm out. You guys. Nope. They're all leaving now. No more giveaways tonight. Oh, come on. I did too. Yeah, I figured we might as well do some really nice giveaways tonight because the growth is happening a little slower. We'll be a couple. My goal is to get to 13,000 subs by Christmas, but I can't do anything about it. Yeah, there you go. Well, Jeremy, you and I are gonna. I think we're gonna be middle of October before we're working on Jetstream. So if I'm not well by the middle of October, then we're all got a problem. So. Yeah, everybody says, what? No more giveaways. Yeah, exactly. Monday Night Football is the Jets, so nobody wants to watch that. Not even with Aaron Rodgers, man. Come on. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, everybody who has all your alt accounts, come over and sub with your alt accounts. That's a great idea, Delta. That is a great. No, I mean, look, we're still growing. There's channels that aren't growing at all. So I'm not complaining. We're definitely, matter of fact, I'm 2 away from 11,600, which is cool. So if there's 2 of you with alt accounts, go fix it. No, I'm just kidding.
Hit that
Go
subscribe.
fix it.
Hit that subscribe.
So that's good. I mean, you know, hopefully get to 12,000 and then, like I said, if we get to 13,000 by the end of the year, we'll do a big giveaway at the end of the year was my hope. So what? No way, Jeremy. Is that right? Aaron Rodgers got hurt on the first drive. What the heck? Hurt his ankle in the first quarter. Yeah. Wow. That would be I hope he didn't hurt it, like break it, because that would be a terrible way to end a career.
Yeah, serious.
Yeah. So I hope Jim, and everybody who has supported the jet stream, I have asked for an update, and the update so far is that they're working on it, but they don't have like an exact time they expect them to be ready. But they're in process. They're cleaning the blades. They're cleaning the handles. They've got all the parts cut, and assembly should begin fairly soon. So I'm hoping middle of October, but again, I have said, you guys need to hear this, because I honestly, you guys know we got delayed on the microburst because I believe they rushed because I was asking for updates too much. And I think they rushed and we ended up with the wrong color pivots, and I had to switch all the pivots out. So I said, by the way, we have a new process in place. They are to send me pictures of everything and me sign off on it before anything is even put in a box.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I get to look at every angle. I get to look at the lock bars. I get to look at the hardware. I get to look at everything before it goes in a box.
Good.
So just so you guys know, I'm not rushing them. I want you to get your money's worth, and I want you to get them as quick as possible, but I want them to be done right. So
it's better to be right than fast.
Yeah. So, and I've flat out told them that please do not rush, but please get them done in a timely manner as best you can.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randy. A lot of people love their microburst, and all I ask is tell a friend, guys. So, fantastic knife for sure. I would love to see the rest of them sell. Oh my gosh, that pivot swap out, it was 300 knives, Jim. I did it. I think I did it. What did I do? 100, Jeremy, and we did the other 200 together. That was horrible. I don't want to go through that again. Now, a lot of you really like that you had extra pivots in your box, but I'm not going through pain and agony just so you can have an extra pivot. So I keep pivots here. So if you have a problem, let me know and we'll get you a pivot. Okay.
There you go.
But I'm not necessarily going to send them. So yeah, I'll wait for it to be done right too, for sure. So
yeah.
Tempest Hawkbill called the Retrograde. Ooh. Damn. Yeah, I have drawn a couple of Hawkbills that are KC Hawkbills. They don't look like your mama's Hawkbill or your daddy's Hawkbill.
That may be good because Hawkbills are a hard sell.
Yeah.
Maybe a KC Hawkbill is what we need.
It's a little bit different. And it's actually is a slip joint. So I don't know if I'm going to go through with that. We shall see. Steven Johnson. Hey man, I'll be glad to answer your question. TempestKnives.com, www.tempestknives.com. I will put it down in the chat. And everybody's been asking about jet streams. There are not any available right now, only microbursts, but there will be jet streams in October.
There you go.
Knock on wood. When they get here. So very much, definitely, and everybody's putting it up there for you. So definitely go check it out. Looks like my sister's Hawkbill. No. Retrograde is a perfect name for a Hawkbill. Yeah, that would work for sure. All right. Well, we have gone way over, and I've kept Sharif way longer than I was supposed to.
It's all good. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Next Monday night is Ben from Jack Wolf Knives to talk about all things Pioneer Jack,
yes.
which is the newest model coming soon. Kimpus Nifs. No, that's not it. But thank you guys. Sharif, thanks for being here. Sorry we were kind of all over the place. That's
Thank
what
you.
we do
No,
best.
man. That's
so
great.
Guys, give us a thumbs up and a comment. And thanks to Sharif if I point the correct way. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the Knives Fast channel. Thanks.